Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2166 of What You Up To Now. Documenting the journey as I originally transitioned from the brick and mortar and corporate world of businesses to the online world of business, and back and forth again in 2020 with the pandemic and everything and beyond. So today I want to talk about a couple of pieces of content that I've created. It's a brand new year. Happy New Year. Starting a new annual challenge. Wasn't sure I was going to do one, but I always say that and then I end up doing one anyway. Since 2018, I've done it online. And so every day I show up and I talk about what the annual challenge is, what our topic is. And this year's topic is the Let's Grow annual challenge. And I'm creating a structure and a framework around how to present that, but we'll have a topic every day, a short video, and of course, an action item. Nothing happens if we don't take some sort of action. So we can watch the video, but if we don't even think about it or do anything about it, then what's the point? It's kind of just, it goes in us and into our subconscious and it just stays there until it's triggered again sometime in the future. Not a very potential or powerful strategy to get things done and to grow and change and become the person we want to become. So I've started mapping it out. I've got COVID right now, so my brain is definitely a little slower than usual. And at the beginning of the year, there's usually a whole bunch of things that I need to put in place. But since I've been sick for about 5 days now, I have not done all those little pieces and nuggets. They'll all get done. They just aren't done right now. I got a brand new computer for Christmas. Have not even opened the box to set that up and get moving on it. But once I do, it will make my life a whole lot easier and streamline certain processes and things that I do anyway. I did set up a new group page, the Let's Grow Annual Challenge group page today, where I will house the daily videos as well as a write-up. I started last year, February 1st, playing with ChatGPT and the artificial intelligence. And I created a write-up for each day's challenge along the lines of the topic that we were talking about. So I like to use my life framework, the life framework that I use to organize and take some of the chaos out of my life. And it's a 9-part life framework. It was 7. Thank you, Tony Robbins and Jim Rohn from the 1980s. But in 2021, after the pandemic and kind of during the pandemic still, I added a couple of core skills and core areas to my life framework, how I set goals, how I set objectives, how I grow and change and create the life that I want each and every year, bit by bit by bit by bit, right? I've got my long-term legacy goals. And we broke all this down last year in last year's Get Your Goals annual challenge. We did one thing every day to get what we wanted. And I think the vast majority of people in the challenge achieved their goals last year. And I'm almost 100% certain that they'll achieve their goals again in 2024, because before the year was up, we set our goals for 2024 in each of those areas and aspects of our life too. And we created our own goal process and practiced it 12 times at least, if not more, during the year, so that we ingrained it in our subconscious. And once we get a tool or a process or an idea in our subconscious, it starts to work on autopilot, which makes it really, really powerful in our life, right? Assuming we put good habits and positive things into our repertoire of triggers and habits and things. You know, we can form bad habits really, really easily, but it's actually just as easy to form good habits. So why not pick and choose the habits and the rituals and the things that work for us that make our life work and make our life easier? So we'll be working on those. Today I just welcomed everybody and said, hey, I'm just figuring it out. Haven't even set up the pages, hadn't even set up any cover art or anything yet, which secret, last year I never did change the cover for our annual challenge. I didn't get around to it. It was a busy year and I just never did it. Didn't matter. We still did the challenge. We still had a great challenge and we will this year too. But I kind of want to set up some separate things because the Get Up and Go Challenge private Facebook group page has got 17 guides in it and a ton of information. It's got literally 1,000 videos, probably more, and an entire year worth of write-ups, except for January. We didn't do it in January, to go along with last year's challenge. So I think that was like 1,000 pages on my computer. So that's a lot of information. And it's just supplemental information. If we covered a topic and we did a video and you wanted more information on it, or you needed some more examples, that's what that's for. And that's what I'll do this year too. I'll supplement the topic that we're talking about. And like today, I'm sharing somebody's story, because I think stories help us to relate to other people's journeys. We find bits and pieces of ourselves in other people's stories, and that helps us to grow and learn and assimilate information more easily and readily than if we're just seeing a bunch of information all the time. And then in Supersize Your Business, I decided I need a break from idioms. I've done 5 years of idioms, literally thousands of different idioms. What do they mean? Where do they come from? And how might we use them to grow and build our business? Because I think it's important that we realize that the language we use, the words we use, the phrases we use are important, and what they mean to us and how we use them might not be interpreted exactly the same by the person that we use them with. And we need to be aware of that so that we don't have misunderstandings and miscommunications and misfires in our communications. So I decided I'm going to take a little break from idioms, at least for a month or so, maybe forever. And I'll do something else with that information. I mean, I've got literally thousands of videos of me talking about different idioms with respect to business. But I decided that over the next 20 to 100 days, I'm going to share different business building strategies, different supersizing growth strategies, things that work. And I'm breaking them down into what are the 4 steps you need to do. Just simple 4 steps to apply this to your business. Why? Because if I give you 20 steps, because some things and anything can be usually broken down into a 3 or 4 step process, 5 at the most, or it can be made super duper complicated and it can be 1,000-step process. I have been involved in companies that do both. Guess what? The companies that break it down into a simple 4-step process that anyone can understand and everybody does understand grow and go a whole lot faster than the ones that have 20, 30, 50, 100, 1,000 steps to their processes and systems, right? Because nobody can remember 1,000 steps. Ask me how I know. I used to have a 400 item to-do list at any given time. I had a 400 item running to-do list on my computer. How much of that ever got done? Maybe 10 things at a time got knocked off it. But as soon as I knocked 10 off, I put another 10 or 20 on, and it was overwhelming and stressful, and it didn't serve me very well. So I changed my whole perspective and focus on how I do that. But today our strategy was customer-centric strategy, and asking ourselves, are we customer-centric when it comes to building and growing and supersizing our business? And I honestly answered that one of the businesses that I had for 35 years, we were not really customer-centric. We were product-centric because we loved the product and we listened to our customers, but we didn't develop our initial products and services because of customers and what they specifically wanted and asked for. And when you do that way, you're chasing after new customers all the time because you're looking for the people that want your product or service versus people asking you for a product or service and you providing it to them. When they ask you for it, guess what? They are built-in customers. All right, that's all I've got today. I'm going to go cough my head off for a while. If I can help you in any way, ask. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow. Have an awesome New Year's Day. Bye. Hey, get those goals set if they're not.